As I'm speaking, Sri Lankan government is not even showing their family members the face of the dead person. There is no identification. And the Muslim community particularly is being treated very badly by this government. Now, Sri Lankan government knows they don't have to attack Muslims. They don't have to burn our madrasas. They don't have to burn our mosques. They don't have to burn Quran. They don't have to kill Muslims. By just burning janazas, they can continue to headmonger on the Muslim community. It is pure racism. Some of the families also left the janaza because they were asking for 40,000 rupees and also 8,000 rupees for cremation, right? So altogether, roughly about $200 they have to have. Remember, ever since the COVID second wave started in October, lots of people are under lockdown. These are poorest of the poor Muslims and they are daily wage earners. They don't even have food to eat. So when somebody dies in their family, they have to pay this money to the government to cremate. So they said, why should we do this? Because this is against our religion. Look, if you say COVID positive, we respect the government decision, but we are not going to be part of cremation. Therefore, we are not giving consent for you to cremate. We are not signing any paper. Therefore, 2 weeks ago, Sri Lankan Government Health Authority has to go to the magistrate court and take an order to cremate bodies forcefully without family consent. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa is now unable to manage what he took it out. The genie of the Muslim community's anti-Muslim attack and discrimination, he took it out. This whole cremation only policy is pretty much came through his movement. So now, even if the president want to put the genie back, he can't. So therefore, he has gone to the extent of asking the Maldivian foreign minister whether he can export Sri Lankan janazas, Muslim janazas to Maldives to be buried. What a joke. Have you ever heard any country exporting their COVID dead? Why they want their own country citizens to be exported to another country? What are they telling? Are they telling the Muslims that you Muslims don't belong to this country? Therefore, you are living here, we can't kill you and make you vanish. But if you die, we will export your dead bodies to Maldives. When late Mr. Jamal died on the 30th of April, his body was lying in the Negombo Base Hospital where so many Easter bombing victims' bodies were lying at that point of time. So many of the staff and the JMOs, doctors have been bit angry with the Muslim community, and because we were already dealing with the issue of anti-Muslim sentiment in that town, also particularly in the hospital, because I personally have taken many women who went with the hijab and was removed their hijab in the hospital. Overnight on 30th, they cremated Mr. Jamal's janaza without even the children, his sons, daughters not seeing, not even giving consent. Then on the 31st, the Sri Lankan government took away the health regulation circular that gave the burial option overnight and replaced it with the circular that said cremation as an only option for anybody who would die of COVID in Sri Lanka. Then they rushed and they brought in an extraordinary gazette notification on 11th of April legalizing, saying that Sri Lanka hereafter will only cremate COVID dead bodies. Therefore, the Muslims right throughout the first wave, now we are in the second wave, we are getting cremated. Our dead janazas are getting cremated. when they took away that circular and brought in cremation only policy, they very cleverly put COVID and COVID suspected bodies. To date, there are many Muslims, they are saying they are dying of cancer, diabetic, head injury, heart attack, and all those things. The death certificate will say that all these the diseases that I talked about. In bracket, they will also say pneumonia COVID or COVID induced pneumonia. So every Muslim janasa in the lockdown areas has been snatched away from the families, and there is compulsory PCR test. That also they are very happy to do it, whether it's coming positive or negative, because Muslim community, within 24 hours we bury our janasas, right? They want to delay that as much as possible. Therefore, some of the current political party politicians at the local level are going and stopping the normal janasas also, dragging the janasas into hospital and making sure that the janasas are stored for 2-3 days in the morgue. So this is like, they are very happy, they are punishing the Muslims. So it's very interesting, this whole COVID suspected case, how it is also facilitating more Muslims to be cremated, and some of them are wrongfully cremated. Now one case, the doctor himself appeared on TV and said PCR test only came today, it is negative, we already cremated this lady, her name is Rinosa. The baby was cremated in Colombo crematorium. It's called Kanatta. So some of the youngsters decided to go and tie a white handkerchief. Some of us thought baby is nappy, so we went and tied it. And we also talked to the crematorium people, the administration, and also the mayor of Colombo is a woman. She's a Christian. And we also told her, she said, it's okay, it's a memorialization, let it go, it's for the baby, it's okay, right? So everybody agreed. So like thereafter, people started bombarding that place. Then 3 days later, the Sri Lankan police removed all of it. The intelligence and the police is surrounding the areas and threatening the people, taking away their identity card and noting down their names, phone number, and all intimidation. We started tying a piece of a piece of huffan cloth on our hand. People have been even wearing huffan and protesting. And then other communities also, minority communities, because we also have a silent Christian minority and also Catholic who really want to be buried. They are also protesting, saying respect the minority religion. Very peaceful protest, but still the police is going and removing all the posters that we are putting. So everybody is going and tying a piece of huffan on a public place, their main door, their gate, their vehicle, everywhere we are tying, and we are showing our resistance that human body needs dignity. Human rights goes with dignity. It doesn't end when you die. Yesterday, they have again cremated a 46-day-old baby, also without any consent, because we saw video footage where the family has been fighting and shouting and howling. You have not shown us the baby. I don't know whether this is my baby, and all those things. So this is continuing. This has not stopped. And right now, Sri Lanka has over 165 COVID dead casualties. Out of that, more than half happen to be Muslims. So over 80 odd Muslims have been already cremated. Sri Lankan Muslims are only 9% in this country, right? So it's a huge number for the Muslim community. So it has taken a toll on the Muslim community psychologically. Also in Buddhism, it says very clearly that you have to respect the dead body more than you respect the living human being, right? And it's also in Islam. The dead bodies have to be respected. It is in the Bible as well. So that is what we are asking. Maybe COVID is a dangerous disease. That doesn't mean we have to intimidate people and do this punishment to people who die of COVID.